start with a web server. Now, a web server is simply physical hardware, i.e. a computer, very similar to the computer you're working on right now. And that computer is running an operating system. Now, the most common one on the internet is Linux. And in turn, that operating system is running web server software, and again the most common one is Apache. So the most common combination you'll find on the internet, and the one I recommend you use, is the Linux Apache combination. Now we're going to represent that schematically just with our little blue box here. So there's a web server, as I said, running Linux and Apache. Now, to make it a website, we need to add web pages to that web server and link those web pages to a domain name. So here we've got the website web server one-to-one matching or combination, and this configuration is only used by very large websites. In other words, websites expecting thousands or maybe hundreds of thousands of visitors per day. It's used by large companies like IBM, Microsoft, and people like that. But for small business owners or small websites, then this configuration is not economical, and so a different configuration is employed, and it's what we're looking at here. Now this time we take our web server and we subdivide it into separate websites. So I'm showing 3 here, and all a website is a collection of web pages and linked by a domain name. So domain name 1 is linked to website 1, 2 is linked to website 2, and domain name 3 to website 3. So now we've got actually 3 websites sharing a web server. Now this is what we call shared hosting, and it is, as I said before, the most common form of hosting on the internet. It's not inferior. The only problems you really encounter with this is the fact if the hosting provider tries to put too many websites on a single server, and in that case the symptoms are usually that your web pages are slow to load. But most hosting providers are very good at configuring their shared hosting, and for most people they don't actually ever notice that they're actually on a shared host. So as I said, for small businesses, getting maybe hundreds, maybe thousands of visitors per day, but not 100,000 visitors a day, then shared hosting is the #1 choice. And I say it is used by 99.9% of websites out there on the internet, and it is the one you should be starting with. Maybe as your site grows and you do get lots more visitors, hopefully you do, then you might think of moving on to a dedicated or virtual server. Okay, so I hope that makes more sense to you, know what shared hosting is. Until the next video, bye.